The guy stepping out of a luxury car might be one missed paycheck away from disaster. That expensive watch on someone's wrist could be sitting on top of maxed-out credit cards. The person giving investment advice at dinner might have less money saved than they spent trying to look successful. And the influencer posting five-star dinners, shopping bags, and first-class selfies might be financing a lifestyle they cannot actually afford. We live in a time where looking wealthy has become easier than building wealth. Status is everywhere, substance is not. And once you learn the difference, you start noticing a hard truth. A lot of people are not rich, they are just performing rich. We are living in a strange time. More people are in debt, credit card balances keep growing, and money stress is everywhere. But at the same time, people are still spending a lot to look successful. Luxury cars are still everywhere. Designer brands are still growing. Social media is full of people showing a high-end lifestyle. That is the big problem. Real financial health and rich-looking status are not the same thing. Many people have learned how to look wealthy without actually becoming wealthy. They know how to create the image, even when the money behind it is weak. And once you notice it, it becomes very hard to ignore. Real wealth stays quiet. Fake wealth always wants attention. Once you understand these signs, you start noticing them everywhere. At work, on social media, in parking lots, at restaurants, and even in normal conversations. Fake rich behavior is not rare anymore. It has become normal, and that is what makes it dangerous. From a distance, it can look impressive, but when you look closer, it often hides debt, stress, and weak financial choices. Here are the signs to watch for. Sign 1. The entry-level luxury trap. One of the clearest signs is when someone buys the cheapest version of a luxury brand just to have the name. It could be the base model BMW, the most basic Mercedes, or the starter designer item with the logo placed where everyone can see it. The point is not quality. The point is being seen with the brand. In many cases, they could have bought something better made, more useful, and more reliable for the same money, but that would not give them the status they want. This is one of the biggest fake rich habits. They buy the image first and hope the real money comes later. Sign 2. Constant money talk. Another sign is constant money talk. Some people always find a way to bring the conversation back to income, business, investments, deals, or how much they're about to make, even when nobody asked. They talk about future money like it's already in their account. They brag about big numbers, but when you listen carefully, a lot of it is talk, plans, and projections. People who are truly secure usually don't need to keep proving they're doing well. When someone keeps announcing success again and again, it often means they're trying to convince themselves as much as everyone else. Sign 3. Designer items bigger than their savings. A third sign is when the luxury item is clearly bigger than the person's savings. They have the expensive watch, the designer shoes, the high-end bag, or the newest phone, but almost no emergency fund. Sometimes they even finance these things and make monthly payments on items that lose value fast. That is not real wealth. That is buying a costume. Real wealth is when your financial base is strong first. The expensive item comes after that, not before. If one purchase can throw your whole budget into trouble, it is not a symbol of success. It is a warning sign. Sign 4. The constant one-upper. Then there's the person who always has to outdo everyone. No matter what you say, they have to make their version sound bigger, better, or more expensive. You went on a trip, they went on a better one. You bought something nice, they bought something more exclusive. You got good news, and somehow they turn it into a story about themselves. This does not come from confidence, it comes from insecurity. A truly successful person can let someone else have their moment, but fake rich people often treat every conversation like a competition they must win. Sign 5. Social media wealth performance. Social media makes this even easier. A lot of fake rich people build their whole online image around looking expensive. Luxury dinners, hotel stays, shopping bags, flights, branded clothes, and perfect angles.
Everything is carefully chosen to create one message: look at me, I'm doing well. But social media only shows what people want others to see. It does not show the debt, the pressure, the unpaid bills, or the stress behind the screen. For fake rich people, wealth only feels real when other people are watching. They are not building a life, they are building a performance. Sign 6. Leasing luxury to look successful. Another major sign is using monthly payments to access a lifestyle they don't really own. This shows up a lot with luxury car leasing. From the outside, it looks impressive. Nice par, premium brand, polished image, but underneath, it may be just another bill that never ends. Payment after payment, year after year, with nothing truly owned at the end. This is why fake rich people often focus more on what they can show each month than what they can actually afford long term. They care about the appearance of ownership, not the reality of it. Sign 7. Counterfeit flexing. Some take it even further with counterfeit items: fake bags, fake belts, fake watches, fake shoes. This is one of the most direct signs of pretending. They're paying for the logo, not the quality. And the strange part is that many fake items are still not cheap. For that same money, they could buy something original, well-made, and honest. But that is not the goal. The goal is to look like they belong to a world they cannot actually afford. That is what makes counterfeit flexing so revealing. It is not about style. It's about chasing a reaction. Sign 8. Always selling the next big opportunity. Another common sign is always talking about the next big opportunity, the next investment, the next side hustle, the next fast money system, the next thing that is supposed to change everything. It might be crypto, forex, drop shipping, some trading strategy, some business model, or something they say is the future. They speak with huge confidence, but very often there is little real result behind it. Fake rich people love future success because future success cannot be checked yet. It sounds exciting, dramatic, and impressive. Real wealth usually grows in slow, boring, steady ways. Fake rich people don't want slow and steady. They want something that sounds big right now.
Sign 9. Condescending financial advice. You also see it in the way they give money advice. Not helpful advice, condescending advice. They question why you live where you live, why you drive what you drive, why you save the way you save, or why you are not taking more risk. But their advice is not really about helping you. It is usually about defending their own choices. If your simple, stable path is working, it makes their risky or flashy path look less smart, so they act superior. People who truly understand money know that different people need different plans. When someone needs everybody else to copy their choices, that is usually a bad sign. And then there is the last sign. They overdo everything. Too many logos, too much jewelry, too many visible brand names, too much effort in every detail. Instead of looking naturally put together, they look like they're trying very hard to send a message. That's the difference. Real wealth is often quiet. Fake wealth is usually loud. People with actual money often do not feel the need to dress like a walking advertisement, but people who want to look rich often believe more is better. More shine, more labels, more visible status. In the end, it does not look powerful, it looks forced. The deeper truth is this: fake rich people make choices based on how things look. Actually wealthy people make choices based on how things work. One group asks, will this impress people? The other asks, does this make sense for my life? That difference changes everything. Fake wealth chases attention. Real wealth builds freedom. Fake wealth cares about the outside. Real wealth protects the inside. One is focused on reaction. The other is focused on results. And the problem with fake wealth is that it gets more expensive over time. The car payment stays, the designer lifestyle needs to keep going, the image has to be maintained. The pressure never really stops. The more someone tries to look rich, the more money they often burn just to keep the act alive.
Real wealth works differently. It is usually calm, private, and stable. It shows up in savings, low stress, options, and the ability to handle problems without panic. Most of the strongest financial positions are invisible. That is why this is not only about spotting fake rich people around you, it's also about checking yourself. Are you spending for your future or for someone else's attention? Are your choices helping you build security or are they helping you protect an image? Are you trying to become financially strong or just trying to look like you already are? These are uncomfortable questions, but they matter. Because fake rich is not just a type of person, it's a trap, and a lot of people fall into it without even noticing. At the end of the day, real wealth does not need to be loud, does not need applause, it does not need to prove itself every day. It brings peace, stability, and options. That's the real goal. Not to look rich for a moment, but to build a life that is actually strong. Because looking rich can fool strangers, but real wealth changes your life.